Gotta make that money. Gotta make that money. If it's one thing you need to know, it's how to make the money grow.
This is worldwide.
Gotta make that money. Gotta make that money. If it's one thing you need to know, it's how to make the money grow.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Bear Tamer, and this video, just want to do this real quick. I want to address another YouTuber that put out some content regarding the ticker KNW, Know Labs, and that trader is Top Trader Sam. Phenomenal trader. This is not like a hate video or anything like that. Went through his content, loved the technical analysis, a lot of great things there. So this is not a video to bash him. However, I do have a thing where I did kind of disagree with, or not necessarily disagree with, but if you're gonna talk about the news for a stock and you're gonna give your opinion on what the stock might do, that's perfectly fine. But I just believe, like, if you're gonna talk about the news, read the entire news. So there's a lot of things in there that he shared that, is accurate, when we want to do technical analysis and everything like that. Again, not questioning that information there, but when we're talking about the news, sometimes technical analysis means squat. It means absolutely nothing. We've all been trading. If you have been trading for years, you know this. Everything can point downwards, but you get news like Elon Musk is buying this company, and guess what? None of the technical analysis even matters after that, right? And in this case, it's not Elon Musk, it's Greg Kidd, right? So let's just get right into it. We're gonna do a compare and contrast, some clips from his video versus my video. I did my video on June 6th, literally the day of when that news dropped. I believe he did his video on the following day, Saturday, June 7th. You guys can go and double check that, but let's just get right into it.
Right, if you were trading in 2021, 2022, you would see every single company that had a bunch of nothing going for them, they would come out and announce, oh, we're starting a NFT marketplace. We're starting an NFT marketplace. That's the exact same thing. That's what we're seeing here, okay? That's exactly. We're starting a Bitcoin treasury. We're starting Ethereum treasury. We're starting a Trump coin treasury. We're starting a Sam coin treasury. Like, there's just a new coin treasury every single day, right? So with that said, this news in no shape or form does it justify the stock being up 200%. It does not, right? I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. It doesn't. It doesn't. 200%, that's over 3x. That's a 3x. This is not normal, okay? Bang. Now, let's talk about the company itself, right? The stock itself.
So the news here that jumped up on everyone's radar is Know Labs entered into an agreement with GoldenEye 1995 LLC, an entity led by fintech investor and former Ripple chief risk officer Greg Kidd. Keep that name with you, Greg Kidd, to acquire a controlling interest in the company. Upon completion of the transaction, Mr. Kidd will assume the roles of chief executive officer and chairman of the board, while founder Ron Erickson will become vice chairman. Okay, so remember I told you to keep that name. Let's kind of dig into who these people are, right? Before we get into the nitty gritty of everything. So Greg Kidd, the co-founder, chief executive officer of Global ID, Ripple Advisor. So first of all, just listen to the resume. Ripple Advisor, initial investor advisor for Twitter, Square. These are big time companies we're talking about here, guys. So clearly he knows what he's doing, and he knows how to invest, and he knows a gem when he sees one, right? Fintech investor in the Valley and internationally. Formerly Promoter Financial Group, Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve. I will say this again. Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve in payments, Dispatch Management Service Corps Chairman, Booz Allen, and the National Outdoor Leadership School, Harvard, Yale, Brown. I mean, Greg Kidd.
So the stock itself, highly dilutive history, big ass overhead. Right now, I also went through the company's finances. The company's essentially broke. They have no money at all, right? If you go through their most recent SEC filings, they have more debt than they have freaking cash on hand and cash equivalents. It's not a good play. It's not a good play. So where do I see this next week going? Where do I see this going next week? I see it giving us potentially a top at 167-ish, and then death. It will be back at $1 by the end of next week.
As part of the acquisition, Know Labs announced the adoption of a Bitcoin treasury strategy. The company plans to integrate 1,000, I repeat, 1,000 Bitcoin into its balance sheet, making Bitcoin a central element of its financial strategy. This move aims to provide investors with exposure to digital assets and aligns the company's financial practices with emerging fintech trends. Again, guys, this is Greg Kidd. He knows what he's doing. He's a big time investor. He finds all the gems and he is wealthy because of it. Financial restructuring, the transaction. Actually, you know what? Let's get this off the screen real quick, right? We want to see everything on the screen clear. Where was I? The transaction includes, this is aside from Bitcoin, it includes an infusion of approximately 12 to 15 million intended for debt repayment, meaning they are wiping out the company's debt entirely. So we're talking about a big name coming into the company taking over. We're talking about 1,000 Bitcoin and they're wiping all the debt. There's no debt, baby. There's nothing there. Intended for debt repayment, redemption of preferred equity, and enhancement of working capital. This financial restructuring is designed to strengthen the company's balance sheet and support its growth initiatives. Guys, this is huge. So what does this company even do, right? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of that. So Know Labs is at the forefront of developing non-invasive medical diagnostic technologies, leveraging its proprietary radio frequency dielectric spectroscopy. Thank God I didn't butcher that, which is RFDS platform. This technology enables identification and measurements of various organic or inorganic substances without the need for invasive procedures. Guys, this is crazy. This is big time news, guys. This is big. I said, what does this company even do? You know, you got to do your due diligence. And I'm like, oh my God, right? We're going to continue on, right? So kind of breaking it down, non-invasive glucose monitoring, the Know. A primary focus of Know Labs is the development of Know, a wearable, non-invasive, continuous glucose monitor. Guys, there's a lot of people with diabetes. I have family members with diabetes. This is huge, guys. This device aims to provide real-time blood glucose readings without the need for needles or test strips, offering a pain-free and cost-effective solution for individuals managing diabetes or pre-diabetes. In a clinical study, the Know achieved the mean absolute relative difference of 11.1%, indicating promising accuracy levels. Guys, this is huge. This is going to change the game, guys. This is going to change the game. So I know they're going for FDA approval. Continuing beyond glucose monitoring, it just keeps getting better. Know Labs is exploring additional applications for its RFDS technology, including pH level detection. The company has demonstrated the capability to non-invasively identify pH levels in real time, which could have implications for various medical and industrial applications. My goodness. And then substance analysis. The technology holds potential for detecting other molecules such as oxygen, alcohol, and metabolized drugs, broadening its utility across different sectors. When I say alcohol, I'm like cops pulling you over. They got to use that. Listen, guys, this is huge, guys. I don't know how else. I'm just super excited about it. I had to come and do a video same day, to be honest with you guys. And then intellectual property, it gets better and better. And strategic partnerships with over 270 patents issued, pending, or in process. Guys, over 270, that's insane. They're making sure they are protected at all costs, which I understand. Technology is phenomenal. Know Labs has established a robust intellectual property portfolio, reinforcing its leadership in non-invasive diagnostics. Wow. To facilitate the adoption of its technology, the company launched Know Labs Technology Licensing (KTL), a business unit dedicated to licensing its RFDS platform to partners across various industries. Through these initiatives, Know Labs is committed to transforming the landscape of medical diagnostics by providing accessible, non-invasive solutions for health
Next week,
monitoring.
the sticker is going to be back at $1. If you bought it on this uptick, okay, and somehow by the grace of God the ticker, curled back up, wake up on Monday at 4 a.m. and press the sell button. That's what you should do. You should wake up and smash that sell button. That's what you should do. That's what I would do. Again, do what you like, okay? Do what you like, it's up to you, right? And stop buying just random shit, not knowing how strong the catalyst is. Because I'm telling you guys right now, man, this catalyst, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger catalyst. Oh yeah, we're starting a Bitcoin treasury. What is it? Like, nice, okay? And it's also expected to close in the third quarter of 2025, which is like, it's just doesn't make sense, man. Doesn't make sense. We're in the second quarter right now. So more than 3 months from now, that's when they're getting all this money and everything like that. So overhyped, trash stock. Why is it running so much? It's got an $11 million market cap. That's why. Okay? Super volatile. That's about it.
I'm just saying, if you're going to make a video about the news regarding a company, why not read the entire news? Like in my video, and again, this is not to bash him, he made some strong points, the technical analysis, I understand all of it. But again, with the news catalyst like this, technicals start to go out the window a little bit. Whether it's temporary, long-term, but right now, technical analysis is not what people are looking at right now. It's the news, it's the Greg Kidd, it's the 1,000 Bitcoin, it's the zero debt. And he mentions none of this. And that's why I wanted to compare those talking points where I noticed he was just like, yes, he had the news posted on the screen, but like he was just reading sort of what he wanted to read, which kind of led me to an assumption. Now, again, this is an assumption. You guys know I'm bullish on this. I am going to be transparent. I bought in. And I think I said that in my video. I bought in this. I like this. I caught that nice bottom under 80 cents. I'm good. And I know it's easier for me to feel more confident because I have a good average. However, I'm going to be transparent and tell you if I own the stock or not. Now with him specifically, there was a certain part of the episode that kind of gave me the vibes of like, hey, I shorted this at 90 cents thinking it would go back down to 40 cents because this is nothing burger news. And, obviously the stock blew up, and everyone has access to this information. So yes, anyone can look into their financial history. Anyone can do the due diligence, but they bought it anyway. And again, that's because the catalyst is just so great. But he's giving me vibes like he shorted. And, let's get into that clip right there versus a clip of me. So basically showing that I'm bullish, but this is where I think he's bearish and he's shorted.
Okay? And somehow by the grace of God, the ticker, curled back up. Wake up on Monday at 4 a.m. and press the sell button. That's what you should do. You should wake up and smash that sell button. That's what you should do. That's what I would do. Again, do what you like, okay? Do what you like, it's up to you, right? And stop buying just random shit, not knowing how strong the catalyst is. Because I'm telling you guys right now, man, this catalyst, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger.
My goodness. Listen, there's nothing else I could say. You hear it in my voice. I can't express how excited I am. Forget what my average is and when I got into the stock. The potential for this thing is insane. We're talking about 1,000 Bitcoin. We're talking about high level investors coming in. We're talking about patents, over 270 patents. We're talking about technology that's about to come in and really change the game, guys. This is huge. This is huge. And I'm just going to leave it at that so I can take my butt to bed because I can't wait for Monday to see this price action because the weekend people are going to have time to digest this news and see why this stock went up the way that it did. And guys, respectfully, do your due diligence. I know I'm super excited. I know I provided it, but double check me, do your homework, look at everything you want to look at. But this is definitely a huge, 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 huge potential play here. Simply phenomenal, guys. Watching those two clips and more specifically his clip, just the emphasis on, by the grace of God, if it got back up there, which it did, God is good. And, you know, at 4 a.m., I would sell, 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 sell. You know, if it was me, you know, that's what I would do. But I mean, if you didn't buy it, you know, if you would have said something like, hey, you know, I got into this stock, but, you know, based on the news, you know, I think what I'm going to do at first thing at 4 in the morning is I'm probably going to sell it, collect profits just to be safe, see what the stock does. And if it, you know, if it's holding strong, maybe I'll get back in. You know, if it was something like that, then I could kind of say, okay, like, he's being transparent, you know, he's speaking strategy, you know, he's talking about the what ifs and whatever. But like the emphasis on just sell, 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 sell. This is nothing burger news, and, you know, right at 4 a.m. sell. That to me just screams you took a short position and you're in the red. At least to me, I let you guys be the judge of that. But you guys saw my side of that play, which was, yes, I'm super bullish. Yes, I love this play. Yes, this has the potential to go crazy. However, do your due diligence. Double check me. And I feel like that's the key difference there. Sure, I have skin in the game, but it looks like he has skin in the game too and just doesn't want to say that, right? So it's sort of misleading in a way, at least to me. But it is an assumption. Maybe he has no position at all and he's just giving his 2 cents. But that emphasis, I don't know. But I want to put an emphasis on hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and don't miss content like this. And again, I do trade live daily every morning, so join me there for potential gainers. And with that being said, this is your boy Bear, and I'm out.
Gotta make that money. Gotta make that money. If it's one thing you need to know, it's how to make the money grow.
This is worldwide.
Gotta make that money. Gotta make that money. If it's one thing you need to know, it's how to make the money